In order to rescue the woman trapped in the secret room, the man carefully lifted the cover on the ground. He then took out an infinitely extendable reflector and cleverly used the reflection to block the area ahead. At this time, his companion on the other side seemed extremely nervous, because once the kidnappers discovered any abnormality from the surveillance, they would immediately detonate all the nuclear bombs in the room. Fortunately, with the cover of the mirror, Chiang Ge entered the surveillance blind spot without any flaws, and the kidnapper in front of the computer did not notice at all. With less than 10 minutes left until the delivery time, Chiang Ge immediately took out a one-to-one replica of a famous painting and precisely fixed it on the wall beside him. Then, he brought over a mannequin, placed it on the chair, and had the woman constantly imitate the mannequin's posture. The most important thing was to adjust the surveillance image to create the illusion that the woman had not moved at all, so as to swap the million-dollar painting. However, just when everyone was at a loss, Chiang Ge suddenly brought over a huge reflector. The kidnapper's screen only flashed for a moment and successfully aimed the surveillance image at the other wall. At this time, Chiang Ge and the woman escaped safely, and their companions outside instantly breathed a sigh of relief. But just as the two were about to enter the sewer to leave, the curator suddenly crawled in. It turned out that the greedy man wanted to move the painting away. Seeing that there was not much time left before the bomb exploded, Chiang Ge decided to stay and help him transfer the painting. The kidnapper saw that the ransom had not been received, so he immediately called the curator. The curator had to stall for time while letting his teammates retreat. Realizing that he had been fooled, the kidnapper was instantly furious and directly detonated the bomb ahead of time. Fortunately, at the last moment, the two dove under the floorboards and successfully saved their lives. However, when everyone inspected the paintings afterwards, they found that these paintings were all fakes, indicating that someone had already swapped the paintings in advance. So they turned their target to the kidnapper watching the surveillance. But when they found the kidnapper based on the location, they discovered that he had already disappeared into the northwest. However, on his desk, there were a large number of staff badges from the gallery, indicating that the person who stole the painting was most likely an insider. So, the curator relayed this to Chiang Ge. Unexpectedly, before Chiang Ge could hang up the phone, they were knocked out by a group of mysterious people. When they opened their eyes again, they were already in the trunk of the car. At this time, the woman told Chiang Ge the truth. It turned out that her being trapped in the gallery was all staged. The kidnapper who placed the bomb was also an internal staff member. She had colluded with the gallery manager in advance to transfer the real famous paintings out. But the manager suddenly wanted to take the paintings for himself, so he killed his colleague who was watching the surveillance. The people who caught them were hitmen hired by the manager. Upon hearing this, Chiang Ge was instantly enlightened. Then he forcefully pushed open the back seat. When the hitman opened the trunk to check, Chiang Ge pressed the accelerator and drove the car away. Informed of the truth, the police quickly took action and soon caught the manager who was transferring the paintings. Retry Claude can make mistakes. Please double-check responses.